Well, let's get you. Glad another.
Ready to go? Just give the signal. It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. There are the real odd birds living on the fringes like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. I don't know which is worse. Just take your pick.
But easy, damn it. Keep him in the boat.
Just die!
Heard something.
Nasty rat. Get away.
Attention, Dunwall. This is a special announcement from our Honorable Lord Regent. This is the Lord Regent speaking.
Dear? I hope you like the little gift. See to it, dear.
Generous flow of their services.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Report all deceased family members to the local dead. Unreported deaths are a punishable offense.
What?
He just disappeared.
Okay, I put that up.
Because you know we keep away.
You should get.
You're going for it, man.
I'm trapped.
อ๋อ
Do that. I owe you, brother. Huh?
เดินออกสัตว์รุนรุน apa sih? Oh, I don't know about this. Shit. Huh? What? Oh. That's how you do it. Oh, they bad. So they good.
Someone's messing.
Di bawah dong. Alright. What the fuck? Hey, how the fuck? Oh, it's locked. Shit.
Just a matter.
Okay. Noise. Huh? What? Oh, how do you, I see. Are you fucking kidding? What? Huh? Allah Akbar, kaget. What the fuck? The fuck? Yo, what the hell? Wait. Why the fuck it is empty? Huh? Hello? Mission clue. Contaminated bottle is stereo with black red viscera will infect anyone who drinks it with black. That includes the bottle straight again. Bruh, how do... what? It's empty, brother, what the fuck? Masaan buka YouTube sih? Come on, bro. Oh, this one. Hah? Suaranya di kanan. What? What the fuck is this? Huh? What? Elixir still up sih? Gimana? Halo Jordan, welcome. Oh, ada boncar dong situ. Oke. Yeah, I want that shit. We'll win. Empty elixir file. What the fuck? Asli nggak isinya di mana tuh? What? Oh my god, so fucking genius. Oh shit. Gimana ya? Siapa sih namanya? Bentar. So what? I don't know. Kok ada lagi sih? Kok ada dua? Oh. Whatever. Hey, what the hell? You can more. Oh. What is this? Projectile launcher. Master key. Oh, itu. Ah.
Somebody get over here!
Di here. Kunci apa lagi? Kunci. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, launcher disarm. Oh, itu projectile itu. Oh, oke. Astaga, gak ngerti kambing gimana ininya, men. Mana sih? Nggak ada isinya ya. What the? Harusnya bisa gitu loh. I think I fuck. Yep, I think. Nggak isi sih. Apa? Wait, what? Kok banyak ya ini? Ada ini lagi dong. Wait, what? Wait, so many of it. What the fuck? Gak ada isinya kok. What the fuck? Asli dah gak ngerti sumpah. Fuck it, I can be so hard.
Spread out. Somebody just slippery as here you are.
Masuk lagi coba. pintunya di atas. Belum diam aku gak guna. Nggak bisa kambing. Udah lah. Bla bla.
Alright, I won't be of any help here, so I'll make my own way.
I was just reading in the archives about the heretics who learn. It sounds painful. Have you ever seen the ritual?
I've never seen the heretics brand used. No, it's a rare occurrence.
But I just got the face of one so fragile.
Branding instruction.
Down last night. 6 hours.
Search the place. Back to the beginning. It was Martin's plot to break him out of Coldridge Prison. That's clear enough. But why Corbin? The one-man fighter.
He's as skilled as they said. He got through there with half the watch.
He had help.
Yes,
but
how
how
far
far does it go? The trail goes.
Oh shit.
I trust you. I hear the watch is having trouble holding the side streets.
Bunch of children playing games, that's all it is.
Good, good. And your name, Callista, isn't it?
Ada rune gak di sini? Rune ada sih.
Callista's a resourceful one. Probably found a safe place to hold up in all this chaos.
My orders here anyway. I'll come straight to you. Time for drinks. Pass on the way. The servants must have been in here. Let me see. It seems I have the wrong one. Not that one. Ah, here we are. Now if you'll join me. Men will come get you when we're finished. Keeping you contained in the meantime.
I don't understand how this got so unpleasant.
Oh, I agree, I agree. A whore dies and suddenly this. Will you have wine? It's a Tivian red.
Thank you.
Now, to business. What would you say happened last night?
To be honest, I'm not even sure. My men, your overseers, a few whores, maybe a little too much ale. One harmless prank with a runaway chicken, and 10 minutes later, Trevor's Alley is a sea of blood and teeth.
I almost wish I'd been there.
Mampus.
Take it easy there, son.
I'm all right. Down the wrong way. Now about these overseers.
Just as guilty as my own men, if not more.
But my overseers have a name to protect. I can't allow you to... This can't be happening. Who's done this?
What on earth are you talking about?
No time, no time. Listen carefully. You must... I instruct the Lord Regent to burn the Black Book. Understand? Burn it!
What Black Book? What do you mean?
Tell him. Warn them. Then I plague you, useless incompetent. I never liked you.
What? Campbell? He's dead. Guards! Guards, get in here!
Yeah, he's assassinated. 3 guards. Okay.
By the prophecy.
I'll find you.
Why is he running? Hehe.
Probably cracked into everything.
Said you. From the way I hear it, Campbell lived a pretty posh life. Maybe it's not my place to say. Men of the faith shouldn't live like barons. You ready to go? Okay, let's go. Admiral Havelock and Lord Pendleton are in the courtyard. I expect they'll want to congratulate you.
What the fuck? Udah.
You did it.
Living on the north side of the river between John.
Learn about weepers.
It is every citizen's duty to report treasonous speech and actions.
Hello, Corvo.
Sleep. Nggak ada ini boncar. Hah? Itu dong. What the fuck?
It's with Admiral Havelock now. They want to talk to you.
Corvo.
Pendleton's waiting.
I know.
Corvo,
As
a
a
challenge.
patron,
Even
I
for someone
designed
like
some
you.
What?
specialized devices for kept blueprints. I'll take you to the Golden Cat when you're ready. I've taken Lord Pendleton enough times, believe me. I'll get you as close as I can to the Golden Cat, Corvo. You'll have to go the rest of the way on your own. The entrance is near Holger Square. The main thing is to make sure that little girl, Emily, gets back all safe and sure. Them two Pendletons are there, so I'm guessing there'll be a lot of guards. Slackjaw might have some ideas on helping you get inside the cat, if he don't kill you. This here's his territory. He and his Bottle Street gang hole up at the old Dunwall whiskey factory. They sell the elixir that folks use to fight off the plague. I'll lay low, but keep an eye out for you and the little lady you bring back. Good luck to you. I know Emily must mean a lot to you. Be careful going up the street.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Anyone with information.
Hey, you're just the man I spoke to. Slackjaw.
What the fuck? Oh. What did you? Engines.
That him? Yeah, he's... What the? Easy, easy. You just need a bit.
Wait, operating attention empty file, turn the valve on, collect the full file. Repeat. Wait, what the fuck you mean? You lying son of a bitch.
Way I figure it, that Galvani is a leech. A doctor, they call him now. You want to make some bootleg elixir for yourself? You go ahead.
Guys, so
What the fuck are you looking at? Blow off, chopper.
What a mess,
Can I buy your ration elixir from today? Blow off.
jatuh gak dia?
Wait a minute. What just occurred to me? Witchcraft.
What's this? Information from my missing guy. Let's have a listen.
Black Joe, it's me, Crowley. I'm making this in case I don't make it back. He was right. There is someone wants you dead. Wants to take over the distillery and the whole Bottle Street gang. And you'll never believe who it is either. At first I did. That's why it's taken me so long. I wanted to be sure. What's that? Ah! No! No! Ah!
So Crowley's... Alright then. Just come back if you change your mind. Alright then. Just come back if you change your mind.
Blow-offs. Want to look at some of the things I've found? Good prices, I swear.
Oh, it's a cellar. What the fuck? Oh. Salah dong. Player, okay. What?
Now Morgan is on the first floor. Need to get the men in position.
Madame office. Fuck. Oh, it's in lock. Okay. One charm. Okay. The fuck off, Emily.
Talk to that nice girl again. The one I told you about. You realize you left the golden
Hey, what the fuck I missed? You should kill him.
Stand clear.
Okay, my bad. What? Are you fucking kidding me?
Heard something. I hear you there. Please help me.
Ambil kunci.
Oh, that's good. I deserve that one.
I heard you. There you go. He's here.
I just need your key.
Come on. Come to dinner now. That's right.
Oh shit.
Are you both ready to go? Corvo, you must have worked wonders out there in the city tonight. I can't believe my old eyes. So you did the business, did you, Corvo? I'm not one to speak against my betters, but if anybody ever deserved their fate, it was those Benjamins.
What business are you talking about?
Grown-up business, girl. I mean, your ladyship. Forgive me.
It's okay. I heard a lot of grown-up business on the Golden Cat.
Oh, I should concentrate on piloting this boat.
Young Lady Emily, I'm Callista. I'll be caring for you and schooling you while you're with us.
Pleased to meet you.
As am I. Would you like to see your room in the tower?
Can I see it?
Yes, you may. You'll get to see it all. The entirety of the Hound Pits.
Good. I think I'll like it here. I'll go with Callista, Corvo. I'll see you later.
You do not fail to impress. Armed with a blade, you've changed the course of the city forever. And with the Pendleton twins gone, our own Lord Pendleton will assume their votes in Parliament. In one night, you've done more than most men do in a lifetime. I need to speak to you soon. But for now, Lord Pendleton requests your attention.
Corvo, the Loyalists...
All right, my friend.
Off to Caldwin's Bridge, sir. We'll get our sleep later. Just climb aboard when you're ready. What do you think, Corvo? Caldwin's Bridge. You've been in the city for years, but you lived in Dunwall Tower with the late Empress, so maybe you haven't visited the bridge before tonight. Something to look out for. See all them lights on the water? That's right, we'll be spotted for sure. You're gonna have to shut off their power before I can pick you up. Now, about bringing Sokolov back alive, he's smart. Maybe even smarter than Piero. Got the whole of Dunwall under his thumb with all that natural philosophy business. New technology, potions and the like. Seems dangerous to me, but what do I know?
Citizens and visitors to our city, by order of the regent, the curfew is now active. No foot traffic is allowed across Caldwin's Bridge until curfew is lifted. Attention all citizens. No pedestrian movement is allowed along Caldwin's
Oh,
Bridge
I see.
during this period. Curfew will end tomorrow evening at sunrise.
Oh. Oh iya ya.
You did this right, but listen.
What the fuck is this? Elevator. He didn't save. Ah, fuck it, dude.
Spread out. There's been word of a ruckus. No details yet.
The royal physician himself. He made a neat job of it. Drop him here and we'll be off.
Woohoo!
They set up a cell for something off in the old kennel. Shackles and everything. It'll be a shock him waking up in the straw an old dog. From what I hear, he's woken up worse places. Guess we all have at that.
Well done. Well done.
Corvo, wake up! You were making funny faces while you were sleeping. I decided to nap here in your room while Callista was taking her bath. She told me if there's ever trouble, I should always run here. Callista will come get me when she's done with...
Royal,
You're part of this rabble.
I hear you're off to the You'll know him. I knew Sokolov would see reason and tell us what we don't know.
Royal costume ball, huh? That'll be fun. Not for everybody. You ready?
You ready?
Stops for the Boyle family. I didn't think there'd be tall boys patrolling here tonight. Watch yourself, Corvo. They don't fool around. Good news is, once you get to the party, that mask of yours lets you blend right in. Enjoy your evening out with the folk of quality. Better you than me.
Tidur. What the fuck? Oh shit, zombies. Stop chasing. Stop chasing. What the fuck? You need key. Oh, never mind. Oh shit.
Welcome to the Boyle estate.
Pendleton is a gutless, lying sack of shit. I hope he's paying well. It's damn cold tonight. Hurry up, and let's see what you're made of.
Be it noted that Lord Pendleton's representative has a pistol. You may proceed. A contest of honor will take place between this anonymous gentleman acting for the challenger, Lord Trevor Pendleton, and Lord Shaw, the challenged party. You will each turn and proceed to the marked positions and remain facing away from each other as I count down from 3. You may then turn and fire
Get
at will.
on with it. I'll kill this fool and we can all go back inside.
Sorry, my lord. We shall proceed.
Alright.
Stop. Stand right there. 3, 2, 1.
The hell you got, bitches? So bad.
And that's another patron dead. What do we do now? Think you'll get your own squad after what happened last night?
Yes, of course.
Careful. We tried for a peek upstairs.
Sign case book. And we're going upstairs.
Please enjoy yourself. Inside.
Eh.
Hey, they told me not to let anyone up here.
Except me, bitches. Ntar keluar dulu deh.
What most people don't remember.
Step back, sir.
Cunning costumes.
I don't believe we're acquainted.
There must be.
Careful,
I need that
sir.
prize.
You look like the danger.
If I could get upstairs, one of them.
You? But you're a scandal in that mask.
Welcome to my party. I don't believe you've had.
Nobar, ayo nobar. Ero.
Enjoying yourself?
You should see this as an opportunity.
Oh ini dia bapak ini. Hey, come here brother. Gak bisa ngomong sama dia kok. Ah, gitu
I
dia.
know your mission tonight. We must speak.
Collab nobar TI bang. Oke, let's go. Cider fountain apa nih?
I say nothing against
Jus nih, jus cider.
He's the only one holding this together. It'll make us great again.
Are you fucking kidding?
Excuse me.
Hello, sir.
I'm a friend of Pendleton's. Her name is Lydia.
Okay, Miss White.
I swear.
Welcome to the boilers.
Oh.
Seen it. Thank you so much. Now,
Kok beda ya misinya? What the fuck?
are you playing Lady Boyle's guessing game? Well, I know for a fact that Waverly's in white tonight. Perhaps
Ah.
she's pretending to be a virgin.
Oke. Ah, itu dia.
You remember?
Katanya warna merah, kambing.
Yes.
Inilah.
A drink. Anything else? Save my life. From what? Are you ill? Who brought him, I wonder? I do hope this is
Hah? Oh, kita boleh ikutin dia.
I'm sure in a few
No
drinks
guests
outside.
past this
Iya
point.
tahu kambing. Yeah, easy. Aku ada darah. This is not good, Mister. Ayo, Mak, lari, ayo.
I should cut them out entirely. All of them.
Things have become so much better for us since the rats came. Not that I'm in favor of it, morally.
Kambing. What? Oke. Carry dong. Ambil.
Where is she?
You found her! Quickly, let's...
Last. Oh, my love. Someday you will understand. You'll never know how happy you've made me.
What?
Someday
That was easy.
appreciate me. After all, she'll have her whole life.
Baru jam berapa nih? Belum jam 2, Ru. Tahuan dong.
I hope you enjoyed your evening, sir. But we'd best be on our way. Quickly.
Masih low, let's go. Low chaos. Aduh, sudah. Bentar. Udah mulai, Ru.
Apaan?
Itu.
Belum, cuy, jam 2 anjir. Bentar
Iya
gua
kan?
dulu jadwalnya. 55 menit lagi. Nonton apa, cuy? T1.
Bebas nonton aja.
Bagus semua, masalah cuma EG, yang main tuh EG T1.
Iya.
Sama OG anjing.
Pendleton said he would beat us here.
Mana yang rame sih kayaknya
I
OG
checked the
Alien
wine
sih.
cellar.
Iya, itu rame sih pasti.
Family gets an air first.
You did it. And now we've done away with a woman and a noble woman. But Boyle was a viper. She helped the Lord Regent kill the Empress. So I don't feel a thing for her. Personally, I heard you upheld my name in a rather spectacular style and at some risk to yourself. I want to thank you for it. This little item has been helpful to my family over the generations. But I think you'll find more use for it than I ever will. Go on. Take it. You've had a long night, Corvo. But I fear it's not over. Havelock and Martin have already cooked up something more for you. They would like to see you now, in Havelock's chambers above the bar.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. The streets adjacent to Boyle Manor remain off.
Do you need me to build something for you? I can make anything. Practically.
Hello, love.
Corvo,
Ready to face the Lord Regent? About time we took care of my say. Long past time. This is it, Corvo. The last memories of Dunwall Tower might not be good ones, huh? So maybe you can make up for what happened back then. It'll be a bit of a climb from the water level. The most important thing is killing the Lord Regent. He built himself quite a place at the top of the tower. He calls it his safe room or something. Crazy if you ask me. Another point of interest while I'm giving you the grand tour, Corvo. Broadcast control station here where all them announcements come from. Might be worth looking into. You ready? Next time I see you, the Lord Regent will be dead. And if not, well, it was an honor to serve with you.
Attention Dunwall Tower personnel. All new assignments report directly to the duty officer.
There, got you now.
Attention Dunwall Tower personnel. Remain on post until you receive further orders.
Your report, General Fire? Everything is secure on the ground.
I'm going to head down and retire to my bedroom.
Begging your pardons. I think it would be best if you stay in your safe room on the roof for now.
I need the comfort of my own bed tonight. You and your men can handle the tower security. I'll start if you have to. See before you finish your rounds.
Yes. Yeah, sure. I'm heading out. Keep this area secure and use that alarm code to do silent
Citywide ban on whale oil is now in effect.
Please don't hurt me. You're here to kill the Regent, aren't you? Spare my life, and I can help you beat him. He makes recordings on audiograph, secrets. Some get destroyed if others heard. Played on this amplifier. His confessions will be broadcast throughout the city. He'll be ruined. The audiograph card you want is in a safe in the Lord Regent's room. But I was able to see the combination over his shoulder. 935. Trust me, what's recorded on that card will do the trick. Good luck.
If I explain, then you will see I am not at fault. My poverty was meant to bring prosperity to the city, to rid us of those scoundrels who waste their days in filth and drink without homes or occupations other than the big coin for which the rest of us toil.
Okay, attention, Dunwall Tower personnel. One person should be considered hostile until evaluated.
Is it all done? You ready to go back to the Hound Pits? Thanks to you, Corvo. All right, let's go. Big changes. Makes me uneasy, to tell the truth. A small fry like me always gets the worst of it. Maybe it's going to be different now. Lord Regent is gone. The Abbey has a new High Overseer. I'm guessing our work is almost done. The others are in the barn. No doubt waiting to raise a glass in your name. Me, I think I'll just linger out here if you don't mind. Reflect on things while we have a moment. Congratulations, Corvo.
Corvo! Everyone says you did something good tonight.
To Corvo.
Samuel, you move like you've been drinking. To the point.
This is the one who was with the Empress when she died. Poisoned. Tyrian stuff. Amateur work. He'll live. That's up to Dowd.
Anjay nobar.
Anjay.
Ru ngebet Ru. Ya collab Arcana Ru.
Skip.
Oh ngobrol gimana?
Ngomong apa Ru? Goblok. Kecil banget suara lu. Iya kan?
Ya nih gue deketin dia. Tadi gue main langsung gue jauhin dari keyboard cuy.
Oh iya.
Oh.
Ya tadi kan gue masuk Discord ininya apa Valorant gitu. Ada si Reina main Tetris, gue ikutan kan.
Reina siapa sih Ray?
Iya Reina.
Terus
kan gue ikutan dong.
Nah,
iya si Rere. Nah, gue ikutan dong main Tetris. Masuk Discordnya gue, masuk PC-nya. Tiba-tiba si Arcana main Tetris juga masuk Discord. Sumpah ngoceh. Gue gak tau dia ngoceh apa anjing. Sumpah. Semua dibahas anjing. Tolol banget anjing.
Lu bilang tuh, Texter gimana?
Gue nggak ngomong sama sekali di Discord itu, cuma diem doang.
Oh.
Gue cuma ditanya-tanyain, ini kayaknya Euro pernah kenal di mana gitu. Kita pernah kenal gak sih? Kayaknya baru kali ini kita ngobrol gitu kan. Gue ngobrol sama si Nazel Rio itu loh. Gimana yang lain gue nggak ngobrol kan gue. Karena gue nggak ditanya, ya udah gue nggak ngomong lah anjir. Namanya cuma si Nazel doang kan. Gue ngomongnya di in-game doang, in-game Tetris doang. Terus gue dengerin si Arcano ngomong anjing. Dia kayak ngomong, oh aku juga baca kok manga yaoi. Anjing tolol banget, tolol anjing. Ngomong sama cewek kayak gitu kan. Pengen gue agak, sumpah kalau itu temen gue terakhir gue gampar lo anjing.
Push rank -1.
Bang, ini
skip, yai.
Lu nontonnya dari mana Glenn? Dari Twitch apa dari
Udah tahu.
Anjir?
Lihat dulu lah.
You're geared for field work. I have a job. Master, forgive me, but we can't seem to stop him. He's crossed the field perimeter almost at will. It's more than possible he's nearby.
Nice try, Corvo.
Stand down. This is my fight.
Afraid to face me? I'm disappointed. Is this how you protected the Empress? Afraid to face me? I'm disappointed. Is this how you protected the Empress? Are you fool?
First item, I see the barrier is complete. Although I don't see what took so long.
Wish I was.
There's my... Not going to help them either. I'm disappointed. You better leave. Have a change of heart, dearie. You should leave before I get angry.
Mass man. Fancy you showing up, guy. Look at the pickle I'm in. Word is all over the street about your little secret, Corvo. You're the one that acts the Empress. Makes sense why you run around wearing that mask. Maybe you could help me out, since we're friends and all.
Oh, no. Oh.
Wanna know something funny?
Sir, have you seen my husband? His name's Jake. He had on the blue shirt.
I have to keep this position. He says to bring the bottle, I bring the bottle. He says to bring food, I bring food. Please, no more stuff.
Please, sir. Can't be. Somebody, please.
Please. At first, Pendleton said it was time for our bonus. Havelock stood behind them, and at the signal, he shot them each in the back of the head. Just like the target drills he used to. Lydia barely had time to scream. I would be dead too. Except Wallace told me I wouldn't be getting anything. Pendleton kept apologizing, saying that no one could ever know about the things they'd done. Martin was drinking and seemed sad. The Admiral was about to shoot Callista. Then he mumbled something about owing her uncle, Captain Kurnow, a debt. They said it was time for Sokolov, and went off to his cage. I don't know what happened after that. Emily was there when the killing started. Poor child. I hope she hid her eyes. The Admiral said that Martin was right. I guess they talked about it. And they started to worry they'd get executed for all that they'd done, going after the Lord Regent and his allies. I suppose it's why they poisoned you too.
To converse with someone on the level.
Couldn't agree more. Your expense. Bravo.
With this device, we can. I've attuned it so that you may navigate the fields of the battle between us. Sokolov and I are not as different. As you wish, Corvo.
This arc pylon is charged. No one will dare come near us.
Apa main? Udah main belum?
Baru mau opening, baru mau opening.
Nonton di mana sih? Aku buka board.
Iya. Gue di sini nih. 6 menit lagi baru mau opening.
Ih, kangen deh sama Dota.
Jangan jangan.
I saw the signal. I knew you'd be back, Corvo.
Udah mulai rupanya.
We'll need to get
6
out of
menit
here
lagi.
soon.
Opening.
The
Oh,
Admiral
opening apa
controls
ini?
the
Nonton aja kagak ada.
Martin's high overseer.
Iya, opening stage ya harusnya.
Iya. Kan nggak jadi ada yang ini kan, nggak jadi offline yang nonton, online semua. Yang offline cuma main doang.
Set.
There's one more trip across.
Bagit 2021 line egg treasure by watching Dota 2 Ti ya. Play Dota. Coba lihat dapat treasure gitu kan gratisan.
Ayam.
That's where the Lord Regent was building his new lighthouse.
Oh, disuruh nonton 1 jam. Connect. Mari connect Steam. Lumayan dapat set emas ya kan?
Emas. Ini Imo.
Iya, Imo emas.
Yang emas. Nggak harus Imo kan emas yang penting.
Knowing them, they're not giving up without a fight. I remember hearing the Admiral and Martin talking about this place is where they
Baru 3% dong. Ada lagi. Nonton aja dulu. Aku nonton di sini aja lah. Nonton di sini aja.
All I can say is that it's been a pleasure serving with you. Maybe after all this is settled, we'll see each other again. Good luck, Corvo. If anyone deserves it, you do.
This is all Martin's fault. We hadn't helped Corpse. Did you think I'd fight you, Corvo?
Admiral Havelock?
Sorry to disappoint.
You... I'm going to make you stand in a corner. Corvo! I knew you'd come. Is it going to be okay now? Will I be Empress?
So ends the interregnum, and now Emily Caldwin I will take her mother's throne after a season of turmoil. You will stand at her side, Corvo, guiding her young mind and protecting her from those who seek to exploit her or cause her harm. You watched and listened when other men would have shouted in rage. You held back instead of striking. So it is with the passing of the plague and Emily's ascension comes a golden age, brought about by your hand.
Ih, santai anjir. Bukares.
Di sebelumnya pernah di Bukares juga sih? Belum pernah ya?
Belum Berlin ya, salah.
Empress Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body
ini baru
down
pertama
within her
kali.
mother's great tomb, because you are more to her than royal protector.
Keren ya. Roman.
Farewell, Corvo.
Ada insennya dong. Anda kan mau main, Pak. Enggak deh dia.
Enggak deh, Cok. Enggak masuk deh.
Enggak masuk. Kasihan. Apa dia? Analisis ya?
Analis.
I feel like it's not even real yet. I know. It's not. It's, I've been hurt so many times, you know. I wanted so many internationals last year. It was quiet, and then Sweden, quiet. I think I'm ready to get hyped up. I think it's happening.
You're letting yourself feel
Just
it?
a little bit. I'm feeling the tension.
Yeah, you feeling it, Jenkins?
I'm feeling it. You know, it's been 2 long years. The biggest pressure about this tournament, at least for me, is not the money that's on the line. That's a lot of the time what it is, and the prestige. It's that it's been 2 years. 2 years with no TI. It's like this almost represents going
like
back
you said,
to
I wish I was
normal
playing,
to a degree,
unfortunately,
which
I'm
is
not,
just...
And I think it's super cool to have this opportunity and talk about Dota. So yeah, I'm just excited to do it. It's a new experience and it's fun to do.
And you've been in this situation where the players are right now, you know, they're joining the lobby, it's game time.
Yeah.
What's going through their heads right now? How are they feeling?
I think this morning was pretty nerve-wracking. I
Yeah.
think a lot of players don't really get nervous until the moment of. I mean, when you wake up or when you're going to go to sleep, I think a lot of people feel it. But
weird.
unfortunately, I'm not, and I think it's super cool to have this opportunity and come here and talk about Dota. So yeah, I'm just excited to do it. It's a new experience and it's fun to do.
And you've been in this situation where the
There we
players
go.
are right now, you know, they're joining the lobby.
Somebody under the bus at least and say, you know somebody, one of your teammates has a ritual, right?
We're not really ritual type players. I think like most of us, it's just like the regular, you know, wake up, drink your energy drink of choice, and
That's a ritual.
get ready to play.
That's something.
I have a ritual. When group stages are happening and I'm not working, I'll have my ritual of making sure that all monitors that I can find are set up with a game somewhere. And if I have to, I'll split screen it, but preferably not. And I'll make sure I'll watch the games all day long. And I know that there are so many of you out there that are doing the exact same thing, and I would love to hear from you. Make sure that during this event, we know there's no crowd, but you're going to be with us the whole way through. Virtually, but with us nonetheless. Make sure you use hashtag TI10 on all your social media platforms, and we'll be able to keep in touch with you and see what you're up to and see what your rituals are for watching. I know that there's going to be a lot of people having set up a screen or several screens to make sure they are catching every little bit of the action, because that's going to be a challenge. There's a lot of there's 40 games played to date, Tsunami. It is madness.
But we help the challenge be simplified a little bit here.
Absolutely.
We're gonna try our best.
We're gonna try our best.
We're gonna try.
Because this is the multicast.
Yes.
Of course. We will take you to all of. We'll take a world tour around stream A, B, C, D. 40 games. How many games to? So 4 days of group
40
stage.
today.
40 today.
40 games today.
40 games today.
20 series. 40 games tomorrow, 20 series. 40 games.
That's a lot of
It's a
Dota.
lot of games. It's a lot of games. And it's especially exciting, I feel like, the first day, Jenkins, because we haven't seen these teams in forever, and we don't really know what the state of things are right now. The state of Dota, the state of the teams, the state of everything.
It's true. It's true. You know, not to go too crazy technical or anything, but the stacking nerf for me was a big question when I was doing research. I was looking at a lot of these teams, and they haven't played in 30 days, and it's like they just sit on their side of the map and exclusively stack. You know, it's like they're playing and where like they have this Fort Knox and that's all that they protect, and then there are other teams that weren't doing that. And the question is like, are those teams going to keep the same meta and be very successful? Are the teams that were stacking before, are they going to adapt? Are they going to be punished because they have to adapt quickly over a period of only a month? Are they going to have to learn during the group stage, or is everything just going to completely change during group stage and you know, nobody's stacking, we don't know what the meta is?
I'm not even the last one. Everything's going to change during the group stage. The group stage is going to be madness, especially because the two groups we have are both looking very, 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 very stacked. We've got two groups of 9 teams, and of each group, the top 4 will move forward
18
to the upper
teams.
bracket.
2 will go home.
To the lower bracket. And yes, your math
Each
is
group
correct.
1
One
team.
will be left
Okay.
out, because that team will get eliminated in the group stages alone. There is already that pressure starting today. Nobody is 100% safe. Insania, is there any group in particular you are most excited about?
I think both groups are pretty even.
Yeah.
Like if you look at them, I don't think like one group really stands out as a group of death or anything. So
Tunisia,
I think
yeah.
it's gonna be fun to watch both of them. I think today's series, I'm really excited about OG Alliance. European Dota for me is, of course, it's gonna be a bit special, but I think that series I'm really looking forward to watching. I think it's gonna be really, really hype. I think Quincy Crew against LGD.
Yeah, I have
that
that
one's
one
gonna be
as
really
my
good
favorite.
too. Yeah, I was talking to Yawar yesterday, and he seemed very confident. And I think like they always show up in groups.
Yeah,
they're always strong in TI groups. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do really, really well against LGD and maybe like surprise a couple of people at home.
Yeah, and Jack also seemed very confident. He had this grin on his face as if he was eating something. Of course, everybody knows what I'm referring to. And so you know, he was very confident as well. He said they've been scrimming a lot. Why are you laughing?
You want to use his wording?
No, I'm not going to use the wording.
Is there a specific quote that you would like to use?
Sure, but not on TI panel. Well, but he said that they've been scrimming a lot of Chinese teams.
Yep.
He said that I could reveal that information. I'm not leaking, okay? And he seemed confident. It's hard to tell with Jack.
It's hard to tell with North America in general.
It really is.
The jury's still out.
It's tough.
I mean, it's going to be, the group stages alone are going to be so telling as to, obviously everybody has their opinions on which region is strongest, but TI groups is where it really gets fleshed out. You know, China is still the strongest region, which is what was the case during the DPC season. How is North America going to do? How South America going to do? Every region, I'm very curious to hear about and to see playing. Of course, you guys are all aware that there has been some news coming out of Romania regarding Aster and IG. Both of those teams have had positive COVID cases, so there's been a little bit of a change in what is possible for them, but they will still be able to compete at TI10 here. and they will play the entire thing from their hotel rooms, and they will be able to continue being in the tournament. For Aster, it will mean that one of their players, White Album, is unfortunately not able to play yet. Might change over the next few days, of course, but they will play with a stand-in as well. But do note that everything has been taken care of to make sure that the competitive integrity stays the way it should. And I'm very excited. Our first game is actually also going to be Aster, and we are also going to see them play up against EG, which, I mean, do we want to do this? Do we want to go over favorites real quick? Because, again, there's not that much data, and everybody's just saying, okay, EG, there's PSG LGD, there's the three-peat. Is there going to be a three-peat?
I went with Secret, actually.
Oh, okay.
I think that this is a rare situation that Secret kind of sucks before TI, which never happens. But whenever they're good before TI, they always lose. So maybe change the dynamic a little bit. Maybe Puppy comes in, number 2.
Yeah, it's interesting because like normally they'd always dominate the entire DPC, and now they've been pretty invisible the last couple of months. I don't think they played any of the ESLs or the smaller tournaments.
They've been under the radar.
Yeah. So I believe in the three-peat though. I think OG can do it.
Really?
Yeah, I think they have a solid chance at doing it. I think their mental game is just really, really strong.
Yes.
That is why I think that I'm going to pick 2 teams, which I know is lame, but I think that T1 is the type of team that under pressure, they play extremely well, and you can never, ever count them out. They make ludicrous decisions when they're in high-pressure situations. But then also EG, who now has Dr. K as their coach, as their mental coach, I think EG's definitely the type of team that probably needs it. But even without it, you know, second place at 2 majors is no small feat.
There's definitely no small feat. We can take a look at the schedule today. I know there's going to be a lot of slides coming your way with a lot of games. As I said, there's 20 series here today, and if you don't memorize everything, that's okay as well. You can just go to dota2.com/esports to find all the information that you need. But today on Stream A, we're going to kick things off with EG Aster. Of course, at the end of the day, I think personally EG IG will be super exciting as well. But that being said, so many games are super exciting, and we already mentioned PSG LGD versus Quincy Crew for Stream B Tsunami. That's a very exciting one, right?
Yeah, I think historically Quincy at all the lands has looked good against the American region.
Stream A, Stream B, Stream B.
Opponents looks dicey, and everyone wants
Stream
to
B
know
deh.
LGD still the premier pick to win this entire TI.
And then on Stream
Stream
C,
C, Stream
we'll
D
have
gak salah
a lot of
OG
games
deh.
as well. I am also curious to see Undying play. This is
I gotta
actually
get through
their
the
first performance on LAN. They played, they came a solid third throughout the whole DPC season, and unfortunately for them, being from the NA region, meant that they just weren't gonna go to any of the majors. So I'm very curious to see how they do here with their first LAN as a squad. And on the Stream D, then last but definitely not least, I know it's saying OG Alliance to kick the day off. It is. You can make a game for every series being good. I'm looking for a Secret Beast Ghost. That's going to be hype. EGT1.
Only good teams here.
How do you watch it all? I mean, I'm very glad that everybody that's tuning in right now knows, okay, you know what? We're going to make sure we're going to swap between all the streams and make sure you're catching all the action, because there's no way if you have 4 screens, you know exactly where to go. Everything is top tier today, Jenkins.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing T1 play. Like I said, they're one of my favorite picks in terms of on LAN, and I think in an interview at some point might have been DPC or something.
Ini
like
stream
that.
2.
Or one of the tournaments that was online
Stream
but not on LAN. They actually said like being together is really important for them.
2,
The fact
5,
that they can like hype each other up is super important, and I think it's really obvious too
3,
when you watch them play. I remember there was this one play where they lost 23 Savage, who was like way higher in net worth than anybody in the game. I believe this was against an Alliance, and they smoked without him. 4-man smoke, and then wiped Alliance in front of the Roche pit.
Stream
like
1.
the cojones that you need to have in order to
Atau stream satu yang ini.
lose your carry.
I see. This is the one.
And then still smoke. I mean,
I see.
that is seriously
Ini satu.
impressive. So
Okay.
I think T1 LGD was on there.
We're ready.
Yeah, I
Ntar
believe
question
so. And I mean, every series is a blockbuster here. You speaking of Alliance, I mean, you're saying, okay, T1, you know, they really step it up when they come to LAN and they feel each other's energy and it just takes them to the next level, right? We've got two teams that we have seen perform at a major where that seems to have the opposite effect, Tsunami? VP and Alliance?
VP have not had a coach until
now. Yes, true.
So I give them the benefit of the doubt a lot of the times, and I think that intra-regionally you're very comfortable. Alliance and VP, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, they're in the zone. But then you put them out, Alliance won 0 international opponents. In the ESLs that they played, they didn't beat anyone outside of Europe, and throughout obviously their own DPC, just played Europe. Same thing with VP. I think they had a few more international victories, but still, it's not the expectation that we had for someone who they won 31. No, they played 31 games in their DPC. They only lost 3 out of both seasons, which is an amazing win rate. But I don't know what happens when you put them on LAN.
Yeah, VP was really interesting because I remember right after the major, so they got knocked out of the major like first round, right? Even though they were seeded into the upper bracket. And then right after the major, ESL comes on and they ended up winning ESL, beating T1, who performed extremely well at the major. And so it's like, yeah, what is going on with this team?
We don't know. It's going to be very exciting to see how they have prepared and how the training has gone, because we had these 2 extra months. Very curious how teams have dealt with that. And our first series, we're going to have Aster taking on Evil Geniuses. And before we dive straight into the Dota, Insania, I wanna quickly hear from you. Like, okay, there's going to be people that just tune in for TI. Hello, love you, thank you, welcome back. A lot has changed since 2 years ago in the world of Dota 2. Neutral items? Scepters? How are you going to explain those?
It'll be a fun experience. We'll just have to take them one at a time and try to talk about them when they come up.
Sure, that's probably the best way. Otherwise, information overload, absolutely. First game of the day, Evil Geniuses taking on Aster. We're just going to start the normal way. We're just going to ease you into it. So this will be our starting series, of course, as said. There's a stream.
It's starting.
You'll be able to follow your favorite team regardless. We are jumping into EG versus Aster, and I'm just really curious, Insania, how do you feel Aster will perform with the stand-in?
I think the same thing you said about VP and Alliance could be said about Aster too, right? They've been really, really strong in China, but then when they come to the LAN events, they don't look quite as dominant as they do in their own region. So I think with a stand-in on top of that, they're playing EG, who for me personally seem like one of the favorites coming into this.
You haven't started yet.
Been a lot of practice leading up to this event, more than usual.
Yeah.
And I think EG are notorious for like they always figure it out.
Dang, dude.
I think it's one of our TZ's like high quality traits. He's just really good at figuring out patches. So I think they're in for a pretty tough opponent here, starting off.
I don't think
let's fucking go, dude. TI fucking
such minimal data.
Shit game.
Let's
go.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years. Holy shit. 2 years, brother. Oh my god.
I mean, I've mainly seen it as a 5 or a 4.
It is really long time to wait for 2 fucking years to watch an incredible tournament.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it quite a bit in the group stage. I don't know if it's going to pan out for the entire event, but I think you're going to catch a lot of people off guard who aren't used to playing against it. So.
Yeah, but surely, I mean, two months of extra practice before TI. I almost feel like that would be a detriment. You get into your own head, Jenkins, surely.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but I also feel like people are spamming a lot of these heroes in pubs, and I don't really see much.
Well, what they have 2 PC, I mean 2 PC, 2 setup.
I don't see much change.
They have one.
The general build and what people are doing. So,
I mean, it's
I feel like
it's maybe 2 setup.
Teams will be
it is 1 setup. Maybe it depends on them. I don't know, to be honest.
The biggest pain in the ass for her.
Yeah.
But the build is like generally the same. Everybody's going holy lock at every game.
Dang, that was cool, brother. TI, dude, let's
I really like the Aghanim Scepter. I think it's
oh my god, look at my. Oh shit.
Support. If you can get
oh my god, look at my.
I'm not sure.
Guys,
I
look
haven't
at
seen the
this.
hero too much.
Look
I don't know exactly
at this. Look at this shit.
is, but I do think the Aghanim Scepter is
it's
very, very strong.
40%.
It's 60% evasion, which is one of those
Bruh,
things that
my
you don't really
CPU is
playing
this.
it,
This
but
one.
just 60% less physical damage overall. So
yeah. And we
They have
talked
6
about,
scores,
EG
but you see what happens.
maybe not the most even playing field that they're gonna open the day with. How do you feel the playing field is in general for this the TI compared to other changes?
You know, for every TI, I always feel like the meta shifts so quickly because of the human emotion involved with the stakes being so high. Like we talked about money, prestige, with the whole COVID era and 2 years waiting for this, finally people get to play again. So basically, I think that the team that thrives in chaos will do the best. And so I couldn't even predict what team that is. I would like to say it's a team that has like a mental coach.
Yeah.
So I think having Dr.
Oh,
K
that
is
was
really
important in
PG.
esport. Now,
I think that,
maybe not
an
all
actual argument for
esport team.
Aster is that
They have a
there's a lot
mental
of stuff that you can see that they do differently
coach.
online versus whenever they're
Like a
playing online, which I know
mental,
that
like
there's not that much
the
data of
coach
them
that,
actually playing
you
online
know,
because they've knocked out.
stable your mental, keep your
they'll do
mental,
things like poking
you know,
and then
that
backing
thing,
off
you
when
know,
people TP and stuff like that, which is a very mental
so
thing to
it
do in
keeps
Dota, because in
your
order to not commit,
mental
you have to really be
very,
comfortable
very
with your
good
own
for
emotions
your
and
mental to, you
teammates'
know, to
emotions.
play
So
game without any.
I think it's a mental game.
It's,
I think it's going to who's
at
going
least
to do
it
well is who can
controls
thrive
your
in
mental.
the most chaos, and it's so hard to say
Basically,
who
you
that's
know.
going to be because of the strange circumstances with this TI. There's lots of
Yeah,
mental
that's pretty
coaches.
cool, though.
It's
Yeah.
kind of on land. It's
Pretty
kind of
cool,
not. It's a little weird.
Yeah, and that's why you think that the 3 seed is very much possible, right? Because it's the
Yeah.
mental game for OG that they have won twice already.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a big part of it. And I think there's something that, to your point about chaos, I think like when you look at PSG LGD throughout the year, they've proven that they can win games where they're losing, they can win games where they're looking strong, and I think that's a very, very good sign for a team that you want to see do well at TI, because you're gonna run into some games that are going to
I
be
don't
hard,
know.
and it's not just gonna be
In this
like,
stream,
sailing,
they have like
stopping all your raiders,
120
I
viewers.
don't think we've had that like almost
120k,
since
this is
TI3.
7k.
Has
How many
team
DH?
that has been the favorite to win
3K.
TI ever won TI other than potentially
2k.
Alliance?
Fuck, wrong
I'd say
click.
Wings.
I think Wings, yeah.
TI6.
Yeah. Were they? But they were
This
not
one,
really the finals for a lot of people going
13k.
in.
The-
though. Once
this
the
is might be
tournament
big
started,
game,
yes,
like,
they looked like the best.
Maybe this is
Well,
OG or what, I don't know. I
DBC
forgot.
ended, and then they were like pretty good, and
Yeah.
then
Dying
like
League.
summits happened, and some
Five
other
streamer,
small
let's
non-DBC
go.
tournaments happened. And it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, the bad thing is I only have one
We're
monitor,
on
so
LGD, so it's a pretty
is what
good
it is, eh?
pedigree to have.
Yes.
I feel like every year VP is the favorites to win TI. Like that's,
Yeah,
that's at
also
least
true.
in like
Apart
the
from
previous
this, I would
years.
say this year. I mean,
Other
they
than
haven't,
this year,
they
other than-
haven't performed online. One thing, a little nugget of information regarding Virtus Pro, because yes, they are playing with a coach, playing as and have a coach to back them up as well. But one thing that they also changed is that Virtus Pro, the organization, has hired a former basketball professional to help them with
Basketball
this.
professional player?
I think player.
Okay.
To help them with discipline in terms of training, because obviously before they were boot camping for a lot of their DPC season, and their region they crushed their region. It wasn't close.
Not even close. Yeah,
Like
both seasons.
Both seasons, first place, easy breezy. Maybe dropped 1 game in total or something stupid like that. But they maybe got a little too lax, so now they have help, and we spoke at some point to DM about that, their offlane player, and he's like, yeah, he's helping us with discipline to make sure, you know, we wake up a certain time to train properly, because at some point, if you're cruising through everything, you don't need that, right? You don't need that practice, and now
They
there's
need
like,
it. They really need it.
They're also very, very young.
They
are,
guys
yeah.
Also, so
Dude.
they didn't go through college and stuff like that, have to wake up for classes, like
Right.
anything like that. They just rolled up, started kicking ass at Dota. They maybe need a little bit of structure.
Dude, it is so obvious in their playstyle too. It's like that team more than any other team. If one of their cores is doing well, they will just build Chad items like offlane, like Desolator Mars or something like that, and then everybody plays around them as if they're the carry. Like that team is the closest thing to a pub stack that you can find, like a very organized pub stack. And I know it seems insane, but later they're like the individually highest skilled team where they just play around the one guy that's popping off in the game. But a lot of teams don't really do that.
That's a hallmark of the Eastern European region, but also the South American region, which we have never had 3 South American teams
Correct.
at a TI. We've had 1 at most, and that's just been for like the last few TIs.
Yeah.
So the regional representation is way more even. So while Eastern Europe was usually known for being the pub star, unstructured one, now South America kind of conversely is getting more structure with the DPC and coming into this TI extremely strong. So both those regions excite me quite a bit.
Yeah, it's also one of the reasons why we have the most newcomers at TI ever, because we got a lot of people that weren't here, and also Europe underperforming a little bit. Do you feel like that's gonna go away, like OG Alliance Secret? You think they're all three gonna do well and carry that European region torch proper?
So I was looking at the groups when they first announced them, and I was trying to think to myself, like, okay, which teams I think are gonna go upper bracket?
Yeah.
And I have both OG and Alliance, both OG and Secret going upper bracket, I think.
Okay.
And I think Alliance is a contender, but I don't have them as like super clearly going upper bracket. But I think we'll find out. I don't think Europe is as weak as they were a couple of months ago. I think now we've adapted to the patch a bit more, and having trying to play European pubs for a while, I think it's definitely helped. And there's been quite a lot of tournaments.
And I love the pubs.
The pubs have been insane. That's like a huge question to me, actually, is how has this, you know, for a team like Undying or you know, SG or something, like coming from like NA pubs to playing with literally all of the best players from every region. It's like instead of your guys running down mid, you actually have mid laners in the pubs. Rather than on US East, so it's like how will that change these teams that are kind of expected to underperform? It's like, well, everybody's on the same playing field now for at least a month, and especially because of COVID, people are flying these items and avoid listing ogres. That's a great Reddit clip.
Could we get maybe not a mid laner as #1 at some point, or is that never gonna happen?
Oh yeah,
it happens. I think it's really
happen.
really patch dependent. Like
Really?
you'll see depending on patches, especially when it comes to pub games, certain roles tend to have like a bit of an edge. Right now, playing 5 is great because safe lane is very strong.
I saw you've been breaking your own MMR records recently,
right. So no, but different roles are like differently
Why
strong.
is 5 so strong? Because even I noticed it, and I'm a pleb.
So I think it's mainly to do with the way that the roles function. Like right now, the 5 is like a pretty lane dominant support most of the time. And when you win your lanes, you tend to set yourself up to have a good game for your carry and you shut down their tempo. So the game is off to a good start, I think. And in the current patch, that means a lot. So that's just my take on it.
Yeah, that's a big difference from, for example, previous TI, where the emphasis was very much on the position 4s.
Yeah, I think 5s this year are going to very much stand out. Like, I think you have someone like EG Fly. He's looked really, really good. I've been watching a lot of his games, and I think he's going to perform really, really well, and he's going to be a standout 5. I'm confident in that. And I think teams that have strong, like, mechanically talented 5 players are really going to stand out.
What's the worst role for
at the moment
for climbing, for having an impact in the game?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a theory, but I'm curious what you guys think.
I think position 4 is the hardest right now.
Really?
Because you're a support and you get to go up against these very strong 5s. That's my feeling.
Okay. I feel like offlaners are just generic stunning guys. Like when I was looking at Thunder Predator, and I think they've played recently in 2 tournaments, and they've got last place in both, and then won 1 game or something like that. And then this is the team that went 5 through 6 at the Singapore major, right? But then I noticed that Frank, who's their highest rated player, he was like ranked 6 in NA as an offlaner. Like Centaur, Mars, stuff like that. And the guy's like he's like a Beastmaster, Batrider, like cheese pick player. But that's not how the offlane really is right now. I mean, it depends on the team, depends on the meta, obviously. It's been like a month since we've seen anything, but it feels like offlane is Sand King, Centaur. You just stun for your carry.
So if we are talking a bit more in depth about the actual Dota game at the moment, then you're saying that at the moment, as far as your offlane go, you gotta go for heroes that are good with levels because you're not gonna get any gold.
Yeah, sure. And I think teams that have offlaners that thrive under those circumstances will do better. There are some teams that will just leave their offlaner totally alone, like Undying, for example. Moon always rotates. He's always stacking. He's always picking up runes. He just leaves Saberlight there just to do his own thing. And I think that's fine if you're leaving like some Sand Kings and some Centaur, Venomance, or whatever.
I think there's going to be different approaches, actually. I think this is like one of the cool things about the lead up to TI, where you don't know what's going to happen. Like all these teams have been practicing in different regions, and they're scrimming different things, and they're going to come up with different ideas. And I think the group stage really, like, you're going to find out whose ideas are the best.
Yeah.
Group stage really is like whatever you did in this past month, you're gonna find out, was this worth your time, or were you just,
yang mana, Cuk?
now you need to copy what somebody else is doing, or you need to learn.
Gua nonton semuanya, Cuk. Belum ngepick.
Masih ngobrol doang.
Everybody comes in with
yang paling banyak OG, Cuk, OG Alien 20.000 anjir nonton.
But obviously I'm not going to try it just once. I want to
Semuanya pada pindah
Stream 5 ya. Stream 5 semua.
Carry wisp idea or something.
Nah, itu gak ada nyentuh ini anjir 10.000.
10.000 ini stream 2 10.000.
EG Aster.
Oh iya.
Yang paling gede OG Alien 21.000.
No carry player.
Dia nonton siapa nih anjing?
You didn't even run into it in your scrims, right?
Belum mulai, belum. Tunggu nge-pick dulu.
Iya, maksud gue mau nonton siapa nih? Indo Pride apa nonton ini apa TI winner?
I was playing it in unranked games, but I just assumed it's just unranked games. Yeah. No, but I think day one you don't really adapt too much because there's so many games going on.
Nico Baby bukan sih?
Think about your own game.
Alien tuh.
You're playing 3 times in one day. So
Alien.
You're just focused on that, and then
Nico
I think
Baby
as
bukan
the
sih
group
Alien?
stage progresses, and you get that
Iya.
one day between
Iya
stage
sih.
and main
Iya,
stage.
Nico Baby harusnya.
That's really the day
Iya,
where you
iya.
come up with a lot of your ideas, and you try to like figure out like, oh, that team did this. That's really good. We should take it, and we should try to learn to do that. And I think most teams do this, where you scrim on that one off day, and you try to practice something that you want to play in your opener.
But for one of the teams on each group, it's already going to be too late by that point, Tsunami.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, 2 eliminations, and everyone is theorizing who their least favorites would be. Maybe it would be mean-spirited to say it already. We can save it for day 4 of the group
Nobody's
stage.
gonna be right about that.
No one's gonna be right.
Nobody's gonna be right.
What did you actually? There was one compendium prediction that I was. Oh, who do you think is gonna be the most picked hero?
I think it's gonna be Tiny.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I've
sorry,
heard
actually,
Tiny.
no. I think Tiny's gonna be the most banned hero.
Oh.
I think
I picked both.
I think Pangolier is gonna be the most picked hero because I think Pango is good enough that he is going to get first picked.
He's going to be the
think-
replacement Tiny.
Sure, yeah. I think, they both have stuns. That helps. I think that he is a support. Like, he can be played as a support, offlane, mid. Only role he can't be played in is carry, and some crazy team could pick it as a carry, who knows. But then also, I don't think it's good enough to be first phase banned in every game. Like, it's like at that perfect, like, golden ratio.
And it's too late to get your predictions in right now. Sorry.
Boo.
I don't think I did my game predictions.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't do my game predictions
Your
either.
fantasy
By
list?
the
No, that's
way,
what I mean, I
guys,
didn't
we're
do
not
that.
just talking for our own benefit. We're actually waiting for the game start. We have run into some delays, but don't worry, we're here to keep you company. And once a game starts, we got you covered. We'll let you know. You can do with the information what you wish. You can stay here, but you can of course also watch on the appropriate stream where the game will be live with the commentary that is not us, which some people might prefer. No offense. But yeah, we'll keep you up to date.
I don't believe you, Shiver. I told you, I've been burned before. By this TI.
You're like,
I
it's
feel like
not
cursed.
starting?
It just never happens.
I mean, I'll give a little bit of backstage information. You guys can't see this, but what I can see is a screen a little bit to that side of my camera, and I see 4 lobbies, and I see the players in it.
They're
So
filled.
I'm very excited because this is like, you are about to start. You just need to press that start one, and we're in. And then then it's happening. Because once you start, you can't stop.
It's like the astronauts climbing onto the
That's right, walking in
space shuttle.
slow motion.
Yeah, back in 1969 when they went to the sun.
Oh, I thought about getting into the car when you're doing it for Squid Game. You go in, you can't stop once you're in.
No, please. There's some ideas out there of a TI where it's like Squid Game,
Let's not do that because we also want to have a
there will be a
TI-11.
next one, yeah.
We need a little
That would
bit
be
players.
rough.
People just.
Oh,
say
you're being
get
on the
new
right
players.
side. Eliminate competition.
We'd be the guys in the red costumes. That's who we are as the talent.
You mean the VIPs?
No, not the VIPs. Don't
Oh,
say
the
that.
red costumes are those? Yes.
Yeah, the soldiers.
So
I haven't
confused.
seen it
Have you
yet.
seen it? I have
No.
not
Okay.
seen the show.
Well,
I've been keeping up.
you guys
with
can
them.
binge it together tonight.
I was watching Dota, Jenkins.
Yeah,
I was
there will be
preparing
too
for
much
the
Dota to watch
international,
tonight as well.
actually.
There's gonna be so much Dota that after everybody's done here today, you can continue watching Dota for the rest of the evening with 2 streams or 2 games on your screens, and you'll still not be done before we're back here tomorrow.
Wow.
That's kind of what happens. It's glorious. I love it. It's also, I think, very daunting for the players. I feel like this is where you want an analyst on your squad. Like, a coach needs to help with the game that is actually being played, right? You have the in-game, or rather the coach that makes sure that after the game you can make adjustments based on the game you just played. But I feel like you need to have an extra person looking at what everybody else is doing. Otherwise you have to go back and look at everybody else's spots, which is...
It really helps. Like, we have Jabs,
Yeah.
and he does that for us, and it honestly alleviates the captain a lot. And I think TI is probably one of the events where you really want to have a captain that has a clear mindset, because there's a lot of pressure going into these games, and the draft is a really, really big part, and I think having somebody that will help you just focus on the game as much as possible is such a big advantage. So I do think having a bit of an analytical coach and having the mental aspect is going to be a pretty big factor that favors some of the teams here. I think OG and EG both have specific mental coaches.
Yeah.
And then there are other coaches who just focus on like, hey, I'm just gonna look at Dota, and I think that's pretty big.
Or they do both jobs.
Yeah.
What do you think about like 3 coaches? Because I feel like there's enough Dota to digest at TI that there might be value, but then also maybe just having one formulated idea that you do best. Like if you're stacking or you're playing a push strat or you're playing like a turtle strat or whatever, maybe if you have 3 people to disagree, it's a little too much, but like you think like mental coach and then analytical coach is the best?
Well, there are, for
a team?
example, if you take OG as an example, they have Mia Stolberg again, which is the same mental coach as they had for TI9 and the same mental coach that helped Astralis and CSGO win multiple majors in a row. Then they have Sakska, who is now the assistant coach, and they have Misha, who's now the head coach. So there's a very clear hierarchy there too, and you feel like that's like the ideal scenario there?
I think it's really, really smart because you're gonna have Sox just look up info, and he's gonna find whatever Misha needs in order to like, you know, give the information that he wants. He's like, I have an idea, and then Sox will go look it up. He'll look at the teams, and then he'll give Misha the info. He's like, Misha's like, yeah, this makes sense with my ideas, and then you know, you just present that to the team, and you have like everything ready instead of like having an idea, stop watching the games, go try to figure out if it works, and then suddenly you've missed out on half the meta and you don't know what's happening.
I think that's too many cooks in the kitchen. I
You
like
think
that.
so? You think
I like
so?
how everyone gets mad at Alliance for having a coach last season, and they're like, fine, no coach at TI.
Isn't that mad though?
Leave you alone.
No
yes,
coach
it's
at
terrifying.
TI?
I mean, S4 is a watermelon-sized brain, so I imagine that he
needs it.
He takes that one day off, he crams all the replays, and F&G probably does. I mean, the whole team probably helps, but not having a coach is an intimidating prospect.
I think it's interesting to note though, they have 3 captains on that team. Hanskin's been a captain, F&G's been a captain, and S4 as well, so maybe they feel like they don't need more ideas. Like they have enough ideas, and for whatever reason they don't think that coach is like, whoever it is hasn't been a good fit, or they don't think it adds anything to their team. And maybe, like you said, it's too many cooks.
I was gonna say, okay, this is gonna sound like some BuzzFeed stuff, all right? But I heard that Google tried hiring people randomly rather than doing their normal hiring process. And like I said, this is
define randomly.
I literally at random.
Like
you search something on Google and then you get hired.
You walk up to someone on the street, it's like, hey,
I did not
let's
click
go?
to the link on the thread in Reddit, so don't take my word for it. However, I believe it. It was a very confident Redditor.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And so, here's what I'm saying. Maybe in a chaotic environment such as the International, having no coach and just saying, screw it, we'll just do our own thing, that might actually work out for you, because then you're just playing Dota. Everybody else is doing this mental stuff, therapy, whatever. We're just gonna play.
You know, I think there is actually a really good point in there, because if you have no coach, you are forced to stick to your guns, because you can't adjust that much, right?
Sure.
But it does mean that if you don't have the right idea about Dota coming into the tournament, you're done for. Like there's no adapting, or rather very limited adapting, right?
It's more difficult. It's just you're putting more on the players, I think. I think there is something to say about like, yeah, you don't have a coach, so like maybe in some ways, hey, there's less pressure on us. We're not taking it as seriously as everybody else. We're not hiring a bunch of people, but I think genuinely think that's probably just a disadvantage.
You think so? Just a straight disadvantage?
Yes.
It was just a theory.
I mean,
just random people on the street.
I think it's
isn't gonna work.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Part of me just feels like the random people off the street probably is not the play.
And we don't know where they got the randoms. Maybe they were randoms that already applied for the job, but just they didn't look at
No, it wasn't random people from the street for the Google thing.
That was like, that guy right there, you work on Chrome.
No, it's just, if you Google something, you might get hired.
They're not just walking. Is that you want to work at Google? They're not doing that.
No, you're just Googling something at home, and then it's like...
Yeah, you Googled something, and we
like
are very
been
impressed
hired.
with your search engine skills.
You play Dota, why not come coach us?
Yeah.
Actually, you at home can participate.
Hey.
We have the crowd functionality now.
We do.
For this TI.
Hashtag TI10.
Hashtag TI10.
Also, you mentioned something.
I did.
And coach of SG. And let's see if you did your homework. Coach of SG.
Yeah, Mangusu?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you think he got to be coach?
I don't know, actually.
I will tell
Romanian.
you. He's Romanian.
Yeah.
And I, of course, because I also couldn't find anything, because there's no information about this guy. So I actually went to SG and it's like, who is this guy? And I got a whole bunch of text that Mangusu actually wrote.
Okay.
This guy, tried professional Dota for a little bit, as people do, not too successful, and then at some point started doing some coaching one-on-one just with people that want to be coached, and at some point coached D2 Bowie on his stream.
Okay.
And then at some point did some replay analysis, and he decided, you know what, I'm just going to do some replay analysis, just creating content of SG's games.
Okay.
And SG got the word of that, and is like, hey, that's kind of cool, and we like your way of thinking about Dota.
You get how the Brazilians think.
Yeah, and then
That's cool.
yeah, that's literally how he got to be a coach for SG, and now he's here. He's at CI.
So you're saying like content creation can eventually result in somebody coaching
Unbelievably enough, being a caster
a tier 1
analyst
team
can lead to coaching a...
So if a tier 1 team was interested in a content creator.
Yeah, if there were any tier 1 teams here,
I see, yes, of course.
maybe in the arena we could go after them.
Relax.
Lest we forget that Seb had an origin story as a caster for a while as well, or an analyst.
Player, caster, coach, player, double TI winner.
He ran the gauntlet.
This is
He's
the
on
start right
everything.
here.
I'm trying.
Are you going to coach next season?
We'll see if we keep William.
He's on a very short leash right now.
But I mean, not kidding. I mean, the commentators and the analysts, they talk about Dota in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that when a player hears that, you either like it or you don't,
They're
right?
very impressed
Because
usually.
everybody is having a different way of thinking about the
Yeah.
game, and if you like somebody's ways of thinking about the game, then you're more likely to want to chat with them about Dota, and at some point that could potentially lead.
Of course, and I think one of the cool things that commentators or analysts get to do is they get to watch a lot of Dota. And you're not as biased by like pub games as maybe we are as pros, because you play these pubs and when you win, you feel good. I'm sure everybody at home watching feels this too. Like when you win with a hero, you're like, yeah, this hero's nice. I like this hero. I want to play it more. But when you're just watching games as a caster, you get a different perspective on the game, where it's much more objective, I think, because you're not in the picture yourself. And I think for a coach, that's literally what you're doing. You want to like remove yourself from the situation, look at it objectively, and be like, hey, this is what we need to be doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that you genuinely have an edge when you're casting or being an analyst. And I think someone like Seb probably has gotten some advantage from doing that in the past.
That is a question that I've always wondered is like, I mean, obviously there's not much of a clear answer to it, but how much does, let's say you're playing in like 9K MMR or something like that. Let's say you're playing unranked, right? You're playing in all of your scrims, but then you're playing like a crap load of unranked. You're playing with your friends. They're terrible. Maybe they're Team Tsunami or something like that. And, so you're playing in this lower bracket, maybe you're playing solo queue or something like that. There's no communication. Like,
Sure.
How can can it degrade your skill, do you think, to play in pubs all day, every day? Is there too much? Or is it like better to play unranked? That's another question, because you're communicating at least, but maybe it's with worse players. It's tough.
I think a lot of Dota is just habits, right? And the habits that you build. And I think if you exclusively play lower ranked games as a pro player, then I think you will eventually get into the habit of thinking that you can get away with a lot of stuff that you get away with.
Yeah, you underestimate your...
Precisely. And then I think if there's like a decent amount of both, then that's probably not going to cause you to have any bad habits. But if it's the only thing that you're doing, you're exclusively playing with Tsunami, then yeah, you're probably going to run into issues.
Why am I catching strays like this?
I am so happy
one,
you are taken as an example rather than me.
Cheaper, what's your voice line again? What's the voice line that you have in the game?
It's great.
He's pretty high rated, actually.
I found out it was 9 years ago. There's a lot of people that don't even know what that is.
That's true.
So
we have had
I'm safe.
Is the Shiva Ravage when you hit 5 heroes with a Ravage?
Yes, that's exactly
Yes,
it.
absolutely.
5 of your allied
Thank you.
heroes.
Very nice.
0 of the enemy.
Yeah, 0. Preferably with a countdown.
What does that mean?
You've not seen the
I don't
clip.
know the Shiva
Okay,
Ravage.
I will tell you. I was in a pub, and it was a party ranked, unranked. Oh, so party queue unranked.
Yeah.
I was in a queue with Sing Sing, Shokshka, Puppy, someone else who I forgot. Doesn't matter. I was playing Tidehunter. It was 7 a.m. in the morning on a Tuesday morning after playing the whole night because...
You didn't have any coffee?
Didn't have any coffee.
Very, very reasonable.
Yeah.
Your shoelaces were untied.
Anything.
I didn't wear shoes even.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, that was the worst.
You can't play Dota without
No
shoes.
shoes,
Can't
no
play
Dota.
Dota.
That's
And
what they
then,
say.
obviously, I'm the worst there, right? It's not even close. It's by a mile, I'm the worst. And I was playing Tidehunter. And I have a big impact. I have a Ravage. You gotta use it. And oftentimes, I either was too late or too early, or I didn't use it in the fight. And then there was Sing Sing or Poppy saying, come on, use your Ravage, please. You should have used it there. And then either it was a cooldown or not. It was terrible. There was a lot of pressure on me, especially at 7 a.m. And I, at that point, was just spamming Tidehunter. And Sakshka constantly, at some point, realized that it was triggering me. Like, Shiva, Ravage, with this pressure. It was like constant. And at some point, you know, there's one fight that, you know, made it the Shiva Ravage. I was fed up. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna use this Ravage and it's gonna come off cooldown. So it was counting down, and it was in a team fight. And I finally, I was counting, it's off cooldown, and I run in. And it's like 3, 2, 1. And I Ravage, but at the moment that I Ravage, everybody ran away. It was interesting, and obviously Sing Sing was streaming as well, so
that's
great reaction.
That's a great voice line. You
It
can
was
use it
then
to
it was-
describe
it
a lot
was-
of situations that you run into in your
Yes, I mean, you know, the Lotus Sphere.
Oh,
Yes.
that's classic.
I am
There was
PGG Black Hole.
PGG Black Hole. Who had the Echo Slam? Someone had the Slam.
I think it's a common thing.
No. There was
Does
one person
attribute
had
it?
a Echo Slam missing because he didn't blink before. I know the
There's
game
an
because
iconic one.
it was a dire side high ground defense. I don't know who was playing it.
So I remember Sakshka Borstun. That's another
Yes,
one.
I know the Boar Stun indeed.
That one's great.
Yeah, that was
the
good.
Malk Award.
Malk Award.
There's the
winning the game while still
1 in 20, 0 20.
0-20, no
and
kills.
then there was the age. We're just getting into the biggest fails in Dota at this point.
I mean, it's TI 10.
Yeah,
it's
sure,
a celebration.
Yes, it is, of
all
course.
10
of
years
course.
of our history.
Of course, this is history. What was the Aegis Deny?
KYXY.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was legendary.
Painful.
Yeah, and then they ended up losing, right? Was it Orange?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would have very likely won that game.
Yeah, it seemed like it. Yeah, it really
And
did.
I think it was that game that made them add the text that says X has denied the Aegis.
Yeah, so you know
no one knew initially. and
who's
they were
guilty.
Like, wow,
Yeah.
How did this happen?
That just, that's an argument against A-clicking right there.
That
A-clicking
is
is
true.
a legacy
I do that
feature.
still. It's very scary.
Sana, you have right side minimap.
I misclick things.
Do you have right side
sometimes.
minimap?
Yeah,
Do
I
you really?
I think I'm the only one that does.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a hunting, right?
No, it's not actually. A lot of
What?
people think, they ask me if I'm from the other game.
League of Legends.
The one that
you
we
can
should not-
mention
Oh,
it.
we can say it?
Yeah, yes, you can.
I thought
I
it
think
gives it
so.
power if we say its
I
name.
think so.
Yeah, so they assume I'm from that game. I don't know the name of it.
How did you start working with that? Like, how did you?
So, I played Guild Wars before I started
Okay.
playing Dota, and Guild Wars had the minimap in the top right.
Yeah.
So when I could choose like bottom right, oh no, in Han I could choose bottom left or bottom right. Bottom right seemed more natural.
Sure, because you're already used to looking to the right
Yeah,
side anyway.
so that was like
Yeah.
the way I got into it, and then I just kept it forever, and now everyone that watches my stream gets annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be like,
your whole team does all sorts of, like, they were gonna remove the unit query panel thing.
Right.
But then 2 of your teammates were like, bro, we're about to play TI, and we
Yeah.
use that thing all the time. And now every single time I watch, is it Boxy or?
Foxy and
yeah,
Taiga
Boxy
both
and
play
Taiga.
with a like pop up on the side.
Oh, that one. Well,
Yeah.
technically that's better because you can keep your hero selected
is.
while
if you're
highlighting.
used to it, it gives you way more information.
It does, yeah.
It has a lot of buggy interactions.
Yeah, it
too.
doesn't show
You
neutral
can't see
items,
neutral
I don't-
items,
yeah.
but the benefit is you can see when people place wards and fog.
Right,
the
'cause you
thing
see it
stays
goes
up,
down in a count.
and then you can see like the ward disappear from their inventory.
Yeah.
And honestly, right side minimap is also theoretically better because
I've
you're
heard
never
that.
really clicking down to the bottom right. If you're Radiant, then if you're leaving, you're trying to retreat, you're gonna click bottom left. You might misclick your minimap.
Isn't it the same? It's depending on which way you go.
No, but Dyer's top
No, because
right.
you never
because you're
click the
always-
bottom right.
Yeah, so you're either you're clicking bottom left or top right.
I've
So-
heard this too, but I
Dude,
don't.
I
I think like
ngarep,
at the end of the
cuy.
day, if you're more used to
Bro.
playing with it on the left, you're probably not misclicking it that much.
Yeah.
Ngaret
Misclicking,
ya?
I think is like something that doesn't really.
Technical
happen on the
difficulties kali.
TI main stage.
Best of ones.
Best of one.
Eh,
So,
gua-
yeah. Sorry about that. That's
Technical
That
difficulties
was,
kayak
that
itu.
was not necessarily missing.
Belum
That was
siap.
a time thing, right? Because the button stays at the same location. It did then. It got changed.
Gue lupa
since,
cuy,
hasn't
masih
it?
group stage kayaknya masih di
Well, it
hotel.
did on the
belum.
Iya masih di
I'm
hotel,
very
belum
aware
belum
now.
ke
Yeah,
stage main
I take
stage.
an extra look at the timer every single game I play. When I'm about to pick my hero, I'm just like,
Mati
"Alright,
lampu,
let's-
mati lampu."
1 second.
Mati lampu.
Yeah.
You never get that.
Romania mati lampu.
Minus 2 gold, minus 2 gold, roll.
It
Hotelnya
doesn't have to
kebakaran.
be-
Wah.
We keep our gold, but then you just pick a random hero.
Udah kalah kan.
Alright, here's
Bakar hotelnya.
hero icons or the little arrows.
Little arrows.
Little
I
arrows.
have hero icons.
Arrows across the-
So do I.
Aiden?
So do I.
No.
Why?
Okay.
Because, okay, go for it.
I mean, I'm sure we're gonna have the same justification. If you see someone on your team retreating,
Yeah.
you can't tell based off of their picture or the orientation of the arrow. You can see if they're going this way,
So-
they're going away. If
Yeah.
they're facing this way,
I mean, let me
going-
tell you, I watch my minimap so many times per second, I will see in what direction the icon is moving.
But when a
You have
person
that
is
spatial awareness?
so
Yes.
when a person is using, when you have the arrow, you actually see this thing spin around.
Is that what you expected?
Okay, I don't know if that has any gameplay benefit. That just sounds
On
like
top
an
of
aesthetic
that,
thing,
it's just easier because some of the portraits really don't look very good.
this
And
num-
at the hero, like they don't have the. you
You're
can't
not-
see
you
it.
are not
None of us
selling it.
did not have the same justification. on
And
this one,
otherwise, you
Kiefer.
just have colors. It's easier. It's more manageable. It's less clutter on my minimap. It's clean.
I have there's a psychology test, also something I clicked on Reddit for 5 seconds, where they have the, you see the thing where the colors come up and you have to say the word, so it'll be orange, but it'll be colored red, and so it'll be like, you know, say the actual word that you're reading, and then you always get it wrong, you accidentally say the color.
Sure.
Our brain is not good at linking colors to things quickly. And so a lot of the time people will see an arrow that's like a Dota color, and then you won't properly process what color it even was. You're like, I saw somebody there. Often people who use the arrow say, I saw somebody there, and they won't know who it was. But the hero icons, that's not a problem. But you're right, you can't see the face and direction. That is a
I
problem.
usually memorize whichever color I need to be afraid of. If I'm like, oh, I don't see yellow on the minimap.
I just think it's one
X
extra
isn't
step.
there.
It's like quick cast, right?
Fine. Yeah, that's true.
It's like, I think it's a thing of the past. The
Yeah.
colors, like,
I think
it's-
I'm not sure. What is the okay? Homework time. Did anybody read the in-game instructions that our observer sent?
No.
Because
We're not
what are
counting.
what are we
Yes.
using? What are we using?
yes,
What do you mean? What are
Yes.
we
yes.
Are we using the portraits of the arrows and the?
The
colors?
I know the
minimap's gonna
answer
be
to her
on
using?
question.
The minimap's
Yeah.
going to be on the right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna get used
We're
to that.
doing colorblind mode for everything.
I've heard some arguments for that. I don't remember what
Wait,
they
are you
are.
actually colorblind, or do you just
Yeah,
like?
I'm
Oh,
genuinely
okay. Because
colorblind,
I
yeah.
know your stream has it, but I didn't know if it was a.
No, I am genuinely colorblind.
Red, green, or what?
Red, green, yeah. Red, green, and brown.
Do you?
So we're in a green screen right now. What do you see, huh?
Yeah,
It's
what do
all
you see?
red.
I knew it.
Then what do you see?
It's just black and white. The entire world is just black and white.
He's a dog, Sheever.
That's not true. Don't put dogs down like that. That's a lie. That's a lie in a farce.
Propagating them.
No, it's certain tones of green and certain tones of red kind of blend. Like I would call a certain tone of green red, and you'd be, it's clearly green.
Okay.
But to me, it looks red.
Okay.
And especially when they're next to each other. That's like
Okay.
Yes.
So with the
Especially
health
when it's in a
bars,
game where
Okay.
so having the blue is like much nicer for me.
it's easier.
So then
Yeah.
you couldn't tell strength and agi treads very easily otherwise?
No, I can.
Oh, okay.
But I'm used to it now. I've seen those specific ones so much that it's not a problem. But generally speaking, sometimes some tones of red and some tones of green match.
What there's I can't I'm trying so hard to remember, but sometimes your brain just doesn't, compute things.
I'm familiar.
90 IQ and so forth going on. There are actual benefits to using colorblind mode that aren't just for colorblind people. It's something with like the HP bars, but I don't remember exactly what. There was a Reddit post.
They're blue. Does that change?
They're blue. It's something about them being blue. I don't remember what exactly it is. I thought maybe you would know because you use colorblind mode, but maybe not. But there are some settings in the game that are not popular yet. They're not mainstream, but they are mathematically better. WASD, for example, this was Aoi that initially told me this. There's a few carry players that use WASD because you can, as your camera is moving, you can move the mouse to cast a spell. Because with every other form of camera movement, your mouse is locked somewhere, either to the edge of the screen or to a certain position with the camera.
Isn't it Matuma Man,
Yeah,
that
he
is
does.
using arrow keys to move, and he literally will let go of his mouse
Yeah, so
to move, and back to the mouse.
So Limp does this really interesting thing. At least he used to do it back in Heroes of New Earth, where he
always
uses mouse to move the thing.
Yeah.
And then he'll move his left hand over to the arrows, move his mouse where he wants it, and then move back to like cast spells. He'll use both edge pan and the mouse wheels, and he would like click his
Isn't that-
camera.
Wouldn't you say that's a little bit of a handicap?
I don't know.
Like, obviously
it worked for him,
him.
Obviously,
Obviously,
yeah.
it works for him.
5, so I
Yeah, no, it works for him. But wouldn't you say then that he's going to be even better?
He might
if
win
he
a
was
TI.
used to-
He might just like insta win every.
But
the
imagine
next-
how good he would be if he used the normal way.
Yeah,
No, but I just think he uses
Scary.
whatever he wants in that
Yeah.
given moment. Like if he needs to use his mouse, then he uses the arrows. If he needs
Yeah,
to,
totally instinct. Totally.
I think so.
I gotta ask
think
you a
so.
goddamn
Yeah.
question because I've looked at your replays. Okay, I'm learning how to play Ogre Magi because this is a very difficult hero, and your camera goes crazy.
no,
What is going on with that?
I just like to be aware of everything that's happening in the game. And I think it was worse. Like when I was younger, I did it a lot more than I do now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't explain it because it's like somebody should send you a doctor with what's going on with your hand, that there's a problem there.
No, he's just absorbing as much information as
I
possible.
think when you're a captain, you're just a little bit of a psychopath. You just want to know everything that's going on so that you can you have everything ready after the game. Like this, and this is why we lost. And I know because I watched it all happen.
And because I was thinking, and I don't remember who said this, it might have been BSJ or somebody. People are saying it's because you don't want people to know, you don't want people to watch your player perspective, and so you're making it intentionally hard. That's how bad it, and I watch your replay, so obviously I'm trying to learn something, lots of respect there, but people are saying that you're trying to make it so that they can't watch it. So it's like vomit inducing. That's how crazy your camera is.
I've never heard this before.
What DPI do you play with?
400.
400?
I have like 500 or 400.
Oh
it's
my
super
God.
low. My mouse doesn't move. If you look, my mouse is like only in the middle of my screen.
What about your camera acceleration?
Normal.
Normal? So
I
it's
just
not...
click on the mini-map.
Okay. Yeah, you do this all around. You seriously?
So I actually play with, these like drawing pens? Yeah, that's what I play
That's
with.
what Jarek has been doing.
I've been
really
using
cool,
the
He
actually.
retired from Dota, was like, all right, tablet, that's what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play games with the tablet, and now OG needs to figure out a way to win without him.
Yeah, and now we still need to watch some Dota, which, by the way, Tsunami he's sweating more and
you're on
more.
thin ice.
Yeah, because we are still, of course, waiting for the games to start. Don't worry, we won't let the games start without you noticing it. None of the games have begun just yet. Still some issues that we are trying to get fixed. But if you've just joined us because you figured, hey, by now the game should be going on, hello, it's not the case yet, but we will catch you up on what will happen today. So we can take a look at the schedule once more to just give you a little bit of an overview of all the games that will happen today, one way or another. We're gonna start off this stream actually once it's live with EG versus Aster, and we're gonna have 5 streams in total. This is of course one of the streams, but then we're gonna have 4 different streams, stream A, B, C, and D, all with 5 series of 2 games being played. And we're just gonna go over it real quick once again. Tsunami Stream B is gonna have some exciting stuff coming up today. We didn't actually talk about Elephant and Fnatic, which I think is gonna be a very exciting series as well.
Yeah, because Fnatic had a less than stellar DPC Southeast Asia, and they were bouncing around with their rosters, they were shifting players around, they ended up bringing in Death, who had a pretty impressive performance at the Singapore Major as a stand-in. And Elephant, I have been extremely critical of because it's a team of superstars that kind of do bad a lot. And so both of these teams I have had low expectations for throughout the DPC. But now, Aiden, like a lot of people are considering Elephant to be good, and not just like good in China, but like a contender at this TI. What's up with that?
I mean, I think in general, when you get to big stages, you're gonna look at the big names. Like these are the guys that have been here before, they have performed here before. And I think this TI, more than any TI, there's a pretty clear distinction between the teams that have very, very experienced players that have done well at LANs, and then the teams that are just brand new, more or less. Or like, especially when it comes to LAN experience. And I think the 2 years leading up is a big part of, like a big reason for that. It's been so much online gameplay. And I think like that's why teams like Elephant gain popularity when, it's TI time. Who are you gonna look for? You're gonna look at FY.
Yeah.
You're gonna look at Yang.
Yeah.
Paparazzi or Eurus, whatever you prefer. Somnus, maybe. Like, these guys have proven that they're good players at TI.
Yep, they can perform under pressure, and it's going to be very important for them to do that this time around as well. There is a lot of pressure on all the players here. We got a lot of first-timers, so we're going to see how they do deal with that pressure, by the way. Last TI, 25 first-timers. This TI, 39. That's a big increase right there, and I believe that is excluding coaches even. So it's because there's so much less European teams and so many more SA teams. Yeah, so
every single time Liquid or Enigma was also 5 players that had been to 1,000 TIs at that point. And so that's excluded 3 South American teams, like we mentioned.
Like half of them are TI winners too.
Yes.
Yeah, also true. So yeah, the lack of European teams has brought in a lot of new blood. And then North America also, like Undying, Moon Meanders played a TI,
Dubu, yeah, with MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just those 2, right?
Yep. Saberlight, nothing. Well, nothing.
Yeah. So a lot of
Tomato not played at TI?
Tomato has.
He's definitely played like DPC events. Like
Yes.
majors,
He's been
minors.
at events, but he's not
Before
He's
this
not
year's
played at the
DPC.
TI, I believe. But I can look it up on my notebook if you want. But at the moment, I mean, everybody knows we're still waiting for the games to start, and we have been waiting for a little while. We're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, but we are gonna take a short break, and when we're back, we will have the issues fixed, and we'll be back with some Dota games. So we're gonna let you get a moment to yourself to make sure you still can get your snacks or get some coffee and tea.
Fever, I swear to God.
It will happen. It will happen. It will happen. We will get this international 10 underway. I promise. But it will happen after this.
Woo!
Anjing shotnya bagus cu, bangsat. Shanghai, antara Shanghai anjing bangsat. Enggak main-main.
Aduh, lama banget.
Walah, Dotanya tuh koordinator anjir.
Apanya?
Itu in-game Dotanya itu loh, yang Dota 2 koordinator itu. Yang biasa atasnya merah itu. Jadi nggak bisa connect lobby anjir.
What the fuck?
Lagi down itu kayaknya.
Lagi down.
Lagi dibenerin sama servernya. Udahlah. Makanya nggak masuk tuh mereka sampai ngaret sejam nih.
Pantesan tadi gue masuk Dota tuh item immortal tuh nggak masuk tuh, lagi ngebug gitu anjir, nggak ada di shop.
Ini gue sambil rebahan.
Jambennya lagi tidur nih, nggak sempet benerin.
Gila, 400 kah? Ramai banget.
Apa nih nonton?
Belum YouTube.
Katanya lagi nge-fix inian tiket, nggak tahu tiket apaan anjir.
Nggak bisa masuk gitu soalnya. Nggak bisa ke lobby.
Dipindah jadi jam 3 anjir mainnya.
Ntar lagi jam 3 mau nih lagi. Dan adalah streaming, bye bye.